Good morning. Welcome to Daily Focus. And it looks very similar to yesterday because I have another construction day today. We got the roof done yesterday, shingled, and today we'll put the soffit, dress it up a bit, and maybe frame out for the glass to go in. And it's coming along beautifully for our thrift store drop off area. And so it's uh, wonderful to work when it's near 40 degrees. And I figure we better buy up these days. We don't know how many of them we're going to have. Well, I've entitled this one, Lord, Is It I? And you know the story as they gathered together to celebrate the Passover, Jesus and his disciples. Jesus simply says unto them, now, when the even was come, he sat down with the 12, and as they did eat, he said, verily I say unto you that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? And verse 25, then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, thou hast said. I think this is just an important lesson for us. We live in a culture that is not new, but has become maybe more prone or more accepting of blame shifting. It's always someone else's fault. Rather than taking responsibility or owning things or looking inward to see, is it something that I have done? Was it something I said? Did I drop the ball? We tend to just assume that it's got to be somebody else's fault. I've talked about even blame shifting when it comes to anger. Well, I only said that because no, that's not true. You said what you said because of what was going on in your heart. The Bible says that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So the reason why you said that was because of what you harbored in your heart, not because of what they said or not because of what they did. They may have said something very hurtful. They may have done something very wrong, but what you did came from your own heart. It was your own decision. And same thing for me is when I make decisions, they're mine. I taught my boys early on, you don't get to make anybody else's decisions, but you make all of your own. And their decisions can sometimes limit our options, but they're still our decisions to make. And so we have to make sure that we are owning the responsibility. One of the things that's important about this story is not that Judas was pointed out as the one who would betray Jesus, but the fact that the disciples had no idea. It wasn't that Jesus said, one of you are going to betray, and everyone looked at Judas and said, I'm sure it's you. I'll bet it's you. That's not what happened. They didn't start pointing their fingers. What they started doing was asking, is it I? And I really believe that as we have our devotions, as we sit under preaching, as we listen to the counsel of our friends and people in authority, that the question that we must be answering is there something I need to do? Is there something that I've done wrong? Is there something that I have dropped the ball on concerning? Is there some responsibility that I have in this that I need to own? And I think that it creates for a much better culture when people are exercising personal responsibility for their own decisions rather than blaming everyone else for why things are the way they are or blaming everyone else for why we do what we do. We need to take responsibility. One of the things that is frustrating is when complainers just want to be critical about everything and complain about the way things are, but they offer no solutions. Listen, anybody in the world can complain and be critical about the way things are. It takes somebody who is going to be personally responsible to be able to look at it and say, well, how do we fix it? So, what do we do now? what are the options left? What are the things that uh, are required in order for things to get better? It's just about embracing personal responsibility. And so, as much as it's easy to, point out Judas, and Judas had many faults, and he revealed himself in many subtle ways. When the question or the comment was made by Jesus, the disciples questioned themselves: "Is it I? Is Am I responsible? Am I the one who needs to do something about it?" And so, as we live our lives today, let's take personal responsibility, personal initiative, and say, you know what? What can I do to make life better for everyone around me? God bless you. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're having a great Christmas season. I look forward to seeing you again next week. God bless you. I hope you have a great weekend.